when we look at these points in a season where it's like, okay, where is is the team going to pivot their mindset? Is the team going to, go all in? Are they going to buy? Are they going to sell? The human element is a massive part of this, and it gets forgotten a lot. It's like, these are actually guys with families in locker rooms and worried about their futures and where they're going to be. And then once it even passes, it's like, okay, what's the mindset of the team, depending on what the mindset of the front office has been. And then to say, like, I'll give you an example. It's like maybe shutting down a sports network and telling everybody they have to work to the end of the year, but everybody knows they're no longer going to be there. How are you going to get everybody to be business as usual? People in any place are going to sit there around and go, well, how are we supposed to buy into your fake message knowing that your actions speak differently than, what your words actually are telling us? The Commanders right now sit at 3-5, okay? So you're looking at, with the 49ers at 5-3, they're the 7th seed in the NFC right now, if we were to look at it that way. Commanders are 3 games back in the division. They're 2 games back of the last wild card spot. So obviously the season is still very much standing-wise in the mix. But what happens then if they win against Seattle and you put them at 4-5 and there's a couple of key losses, like the Vikings and the Falcons, and hell, even the Panthers right now are sitting at 4-4, but like they could fall off. So you've got to also take into account, if you're this front office, and say, all right, like, let's look at our schedule. Let's look at some of these other team schedules. You're kind of betting on yourself a little bit if you decide to go all in, which again is not a bad thing, because guys don't go out there on the field to say, we'd like to lose. Like, that's not how this thing works, So you're in a spot here where you've got to kind of factor that in if you're the Commanders. But I think that's what makes this game against Seattle so important, because it is also the mental side of it moving forward.